here.
And Larson.
Well, WrestleMania's right around the corner, Larson.
Top 10 wrestling games of all time.
Number 10.
Brother.
WWE All-Stars. We marked out pretty hard for this balls-out fighting style WWE game, which pit over-the-top versions of old-school classic wrestlers against today's best.
Our only gripe was that there wasn't even a simple story mode, which could have been great if it had followed the same pumped-up nature of the character design.
Yeah, maybe get some time travel shit up in there so noobs can mix it up with the old-school guys, or...
No, the only thing a story mode of All-Stars would need is the inclusion of the greatest creative wrestler tag team of all time, the Shit Twins.
The Shit Twins.
Number 9. Brother.
WWF WrestleFest.
This was the arcade classic so epic they brought it back to iPhones and Androids. Oh, wait, they do that with every game now.
The 80s saw pro wrestling break through to the mainstream on the backs of WrestleMania, Rockin' Wrestling, and Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant back when there was still an F in the world's biggest wrestling promotion.
But some of our favorites blew up at the very beginning of the 90s, including Mr. Perfect, the Legion of Doom, and of course, the Ultimate Warrior. All of whom are featured in WrestleFest.
I miss the name WWF, damn it.
I miss the Ultimate Warrior.
I miss Mr. Perfect.
We just executed this entry perfectly, so take solace in that.
Number 8. Brother.
WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. This edition of the then popular SmackDown vs. Raw series brought with it a shit ton of new features, including General Manager mode, Create an Entrance, and of course, the bra and panties match.
Its developers aimed at injecting more realism to the game, crafting a Madden-esque experience for fans of the squared circle.
Also, apparently let you hit Teddy Long with your white sedan.
Damn, player!
Dang.
Number 7. Brother.
WWE 12. Last year's big WWE release was a reboot of sorts, eschewing the brand versus brand theme of SmackDown vs. Raw for a more streamlined approach.
Since the era of the split brand seems to be coming to an end anywho, with the recent Raw and SmackDown super shows all but making the idea of two separate rosters moot, this move seemed to be the logical choice.
A new game engine, improved everything across the board, the return of actual superstar voices being used. WWE 12 was an ambitious relaunch, which is why we used it to whip up our top 10 Machinima personalities in WWE 12 list late last year.
And of course, our number 1 entry featured the greatest creative wrestler tag team of all time,
the Shit Twins. I sense a recurring theme here.
Don't you mean?
Theme here!
Much better.
Number 6. Brother.
WCW vs. NWO World Tour. The first game to feature hands down the best pro wrestling engine for any game ever came in the form of World Tour.
It dropped at the dawn of the new world order of WCW. So classic WCWers like Sting, Lex Luger, and the later formations of the Four Horsemen were all playable.
And of course it allowed you to play as quote-unquote Sting, the fake NWO Sting that fooled absolutely no one.
More importantly, it allowed you to play as fake characters, Extreme Paco Loco, Saladin, Blackheart Omega, who were actually real wrestlers based in Japan, but with different names due to copyright issues.
It's remarkable how little we know about so many other popular games, and just so much we know about this game.
If we don't dump this info off here, then it'll stay with us forever, Steve. It'll go to the grave with us. And my brain can't fit it all in.
Come on, Saladin!
Base hit!
Number 5. Brother.
SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. The penultimate SVR brought with it a bunch of new features, including a completely revamped Create a Wrestler feature, which, as you can tell, is kind of all we care about.
Shit Twins!
But it was also the last title to feature the revolutionary ECW as the third brand. This was during that period where watered-down ECW was featured on the Sci-Fi Channel.
It may have been a shell of its former self, but give the WWE credit for at least trying to keep the legacy alive.
Didn't ECW have some of their own games back then?
Oh, yes, but they were pretty awful. I'm pretty sure they were programmed by Paul Heyman and Balls Mahoney.
Oh my God!
Number 4. Brother.
Fire Pro Wrestling returns! This PS2 game dropped in 2007 over here in the US after having been in Japan for like 2 years already.
It's known for having an insanely sophisticated customization feature, which include the ability to customize not only wrestlers, but arenas, belts, promotions, even motherfucking referees.
Oh, so if you want to say Toby, the ref from Action Coast Empire, our local Sacramento promotion, you could have him.
No, not Toby. He's a fast counter.
Come on, Toby.
That's a fast count, Toby.
Number 3. Brother.
WCW vs. NWO Revenge. The follow-up to THQ's World Tour saw the inclusion of Goldberg!
Revenge saw the inclusion of a bunch of names that had been added to WCW's payroll since World Tour's release, including Raven's Flock,
Come on, Raven!
Bret Hart, and of course,
Goldberg!
But it also allowed us to change up the colors and names of all the wrestlers, allowing us the ability, for the first time ever, to officially bring the pain as the greatest creator wrestler tag team of all time, the Shit Twins.
Shit Twins. Steve here looks suspiciously like Bret Hart.
Just be glad I didn't make you as Disco Inferno.
Number 2. Brother.
WWE SmackDown. Here comes the pain. The final pre-SmackDown vs. Raw game, it also marked a turning point of sorts for the WWE's transitional period in the early aughts.
This title was the last to feature Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock as true roster members. And it's the only WWE title to feature Goldberg on the roster due to his quick stint with the company. And it's the first game to include John Cena, Batista, and Rey Mysterio as playable characters.
It was the end of the Attitude Era and the beginning of the era we're kind of seeing an end to now that all sorts of new blood is rolling through, like Dolph Ziggler, David Otunga, and of course, the Funkasaurus himself, Brodus Clay.
Somebody call my mama.
Better call my mama. You love that song.
I did, when it was Ernest the Cat's Miller theme song.
I'm the 3-time world champion karate champion.
Number 1. Brother.
WWF No Mercy. The last and best N64 THQ game to feature whatever awesome engine it was they used to make all these games we used to play in college. Yes, we're that old.
Although THQ landed the WWF contract 1 year earlier with WrestleMania 2000, No Mercy improved even on that, with an extensive creative character, a complex and deep story mode, and improved graphics.
And you could fight backstage. Really though, No Mercy was the pinnacle of pro wrestling games. THQ crafted an engine that was intuitive, simple, and for the most part, smooth.
More importantly though, it gave Steve and I the ability to spend hours upon hours in our college apartment wrestling as the Shit Twins instead of working on whatever paper was due at the time. I don't know.
Which all kind of seemed to work out because here we are getting paid to talk about those very games.
And if you want to mix it up with the Shit Twins, base hit us up on the Facebook at facebook.com/Steve and Larson.
Or if you think your Wolfpack NWO, feature us on the Twitters at twitter.com/Steve and Larson. So Larson, let me ask you something. Who are you here to see? The WCW? Or the NWO?
I would sing the song now, but I think we could get sued if I did that.
Another one for the bad guys.
Are we the bad guys?
I think, yeah, sure. We're the Shit Twins.
Yeah, we're different. We're doing something important.
All they do, all fucking day,
kill zombies.
Here they come now. Do you have any words of advice for the people at home?
Don't just wait for a help. Fight.